I am here with Sheri Davis, who plays Carmen, Snake with a Human Tail, and has several more upcoming projects. So, Sheri, how did you get involved with acting?
Oh, wow. I actually got involved in acting. I was more of a momager or a stage mom. My daughter was actually acting and modeling, and so was my ex-boyfriend. So I was kind of running around with them, and I was on set quite a bit and got to know a lot of people in the industry, and pretty much went kicking and screaming in front of the camera when over and over they kept saying, oh, this actress didn't show up and you fit the specs and all you gotta do is say this one line, or, you know, we need some background talent for this scene, or, you know, whatever. And so, you know, sitting in acting classes all over the country with my daughter, and met some amazing people. I actually already had some friends that were in the industry that are pretty well known, and I was really the last person I ever thought would get into this. So just kind of took the jump from, you know, behind the camera to in front of the camera. And once I got the bug, I had the bug bad, you know, and I just kept going. And I'm not a person that does anything. You know, I don't do anything, as we say down here in Texas, half-assed. I do everything 100% or 110%. If somebody tells me I can't do something, I'm going to fight that much harder to do it. So when I started out acting, you know, I just went in it full force. You know, I learned everything, and I continue to learn in front of the camera and behind the camera. So I don't just act. You know, I work as a producer and casting director and other things as well. I just look at every chance I have to be on set as a learning experience and take advantage of that opportunity.
Now, what was your first film you ever did?
Oh, my gosh. You know, it would depend on if it was like a background or one-liner, or, you know, it would really depend. You know, I did a lot of independent films with my daughter where I would do things like just be a carpool mom, or, and it's so funny because those are independent films that are getting recognition, that are just beautiful, beautiful stories. I actually did a little musical where I was a background actor, and it was a musical film, which I never thought I would do. I think the first lead role I did was Last Flight. I could tell you that, which was an independent film by Alvin High Song. It was a SAG film, and my co-star was John Barron.
You got involved with a project called Snake with a Human Tail.
Yes, I did.
How did you end up playing Karma, so we don't spoil anything here?
Oh, I know. I'll tell you what. Spencer Gray and I, actually, you know, it's a big thing in our industry. Social media it's a big tool for marketing and getting to know people. And really, you know, I feel like some of my Facebook friends are my family. And I actually met Spencer through Facebook. It was a connection that we made on another film or another screenplay that he wrote. And we were discussing a role for that. And he optioned out the script, and it is going to be made. It's an amazing feature film. But that being said, we were like, well, you know, we really want to do something together, and we've got a little bit of downtime on our hands till we wait and see what's going to happen with the border, because this was before it got picked up, you know. And so we were like, you know, what can we do? And he was like, you know, I've got all these scripts, but I've had an idea for a script for a while, and I'm just gonna put it on paper, and I'm gonna send it your way, and you tell me what you think. So he wrote the script. He sent it to me a few days later. I freaked out. I had never done anything that was, you know, and we've said it over and over. It's very dark. It's very twisted. The character is something I'd never done, and I've said this before. I pictured Charlize Theron in Monster. I just pictured, if I was going to do this role, I wanted to make a transformation. And so Spencer wrote the script. He sent it my way. Did a couple small revisions, and we hit the ground running. I started casting, pulling the cast and crew together, and we just went with it.
It seems like playing a role like that would be kind of hard. Pun intended. So
really, Jerry, you just went there.
Yes, sorry. I really don't know how to ask the next question without kind of spoiling the movie.
Oh, well, people, you might as well just throw it out there.
So, how is it being a female in a role having to do male nudity?
Well, I mean, it's still, it shows some things. You have the shock factor. You just have that quick reveal, so it's not like it's really focused in on me, or any of the, body parts. So, basically for me, this is the way I looked at it. This is an amazing opportunity to show my abilities as an actress. It's an opportunity to do something that's different. It's something people won't expect of me. So, I honestly, I pondered with it a little bit. Can I do this? Can I do this? It's a little farther than I've ever gone on any other film, and I was like, I would be crazy to turn down this opportunity because the writing was so amazing. So I didn't think twice about it. Doing that to me, I'm not myself. I'm playing a character. So if for the audience, if it's believable to the audience, and I made Karma real, and you saw Karma's pain, and you saw everything she went through to become who she was and be in the situation she was in, then at the end of the day, I feel like I did my job. So playing that role just was nothing to me, honestly. I really wanted to do it.
That's good, and honestly, that is the funniest part of seeing that short film, was just hearing the audience's reaction when they just went, "Ah!"
That's what we wanted. We wanted the shock factor, I mean, Spencer Gray has been compared already just after this short film to, a young Quentin Tarantino. And his writing is just that incredible. And we knew if we were going to do it, that we had to have that shock factor in there. We wanted the, oh my gosh, did I just see that? So that's what we wanted from the audience. So if we accomplish that, then awesome.
Something that was kind of funny is, while we were there, my co-host was with me, and we're watching it, and the audience goes, "Oh," and she just happened to look down because she was trying to check the time or something. She looks back up and goes, "What did I miss?"
Oh my God! Yeah, because it's very quick.
Yeah,
it's very, very quick. Yeah, and you know what's so funny? One of the movies that stayed in my mind as a child was Sleepaway Camp. With Alyssa Rose, and she had that. They did that reveal with her, and she was so young, when she played that character. And it's something that always stood out in my mind, and I was just like, I know it's a short film, I know it's an independent film, but just to have something that people go, oh my gosh, did she really do that? Because, at the end of the day, my dad's a preacher. and so that's pretty entertaining for people as well. And, but it's acting. It's acting. And I believed in the script, and I believed in Spencer's writing, and the cast and crew we put together was amazing, and I'm really, really proud of the project.
It is actually one of the best short films I have ever seen, actually. At least.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. It's the only one I've seen that's a half hour. The other ones I see are usually about 50 minutes to 70 minutes. But it is probably the most disturbing, screwed up, but yet the dark humor in it is pretty, not good. It's awesome. I recommend everybody go out and see it, honestly.
Right. Oh, yeah. It's just, and I have to give kudos to Marv Blavell, because he actually wrote one of the scenes in there. He wrote the scene where he's with the head, and we'll just leave it at that.
Again, that was another one of the moments.
Yeah, it makes you uncomfortable. It makes you uncomfortable. But the thing is, making the audience uncomfortable makes you remember it. Mm-hmm. So, oh yeah. And people, the first thing people say is, what the F, honestly, what the F? And we're just like, well, you're going to remember it, right?
That's actually how Jason Hagnite, I think it was, started out with the introduction to the film. And then I do believe I asked Marvin Spencer the same question when I interviewed them.
Yeah, that's pretty much the question question we get over and over. But the thing is, you know, we wanted to do something different. And Spencer was like, I don't want to be a cookie cutter, you know, horror filmmaker. I don't want to be a cookie cutter filmmaker at all. You know, I want to do something different. So, and I did too. And that being said, you know, Spencer had lived in LA for so long, and he'd come back to Texas, and I didn't really know as many people in Texas and wanted to put this together. So I'm really, really glad that we connected and that it's worked out the way it has. And it's been great for all of us. You know, I had been friends with most of the cast and crew previously, and I'd worked with them before, but we really, really feel a connection after making that film.
Was this the first time for you shooting in Texas like it was with Spencer, or no?
Oh, absolutely not. I'm based out of the Dallas, Texas area, so almost all of my films have been in Texas. I've done some in Louisiana as well, but I really haven't traveled very, very much. Now I'm having a ton of opportunities. I've got a lot of opportunities out of California. I've got one out of New York, one in Indiana. So I'm really, I am a mom. I am a single mom. I do have 2 daughters. And I needed to make a move to be able to travel more to do those kind of films like that. And I really wanted to have a nice resume built up, and felt like I had some great friends in the industry for support before I kind of took off and was away from my kids to make movies. And I feel like that's kind of where I'm at now. So we're set up near family where I can travel more, and I've got some great things coming up the next year. Really, really excited about. Spencer, Marv, and myself are actually looking at doing another film together. So
you actually just.
Go ahead.
I was going to say you actually just segued for me, because I was just getting ready to ask if there any upcoming things you can talk about.
There are a few things. Most of these are in early phases, pre-production. What I'm working on right now is a anthology. It's called The Forces of Horror. It's actually comprised of 5 short films. It is written and directed by Roger Sampson, who is another person who has lived in LA for 15 or 20 years and just moved back to Texas recently. I'm also producing that, just like I did Snake. And I did cast that one as well. And it's a little bit different. It's 5 short films, 3 lead actors, and I am one of those. Gracie Whitney from Scary Movie 5 is the child actress that we have, and then Lance Eakwright is the lead male actor that we have. So we play different roles in each film, and each film is based on a different horror genre. So we'll have, like a serial killer film is one of them, a vampire film is one of them, a monster film. And these are more, instead of the gore factor, these are more psychologically scary. My favorite one, and Roger will get me because I say this over and over, my favorite one is the last one. It's called A Serial, and it's a ghost story. And it really, really creeps me out. So that's the biggest thing. I do have a short film that I'm working on that is going to be close to my heart. It is about a teen girl who is being abused by her boyfriend. So we're trying to do, I don't want to call it an after-school special, but that's kind of the message we're going for, where we're getting some things out about battered women, and it's not just adults, that happens to teens now too. So I'm playing the mother in that film. And then I've got, like I said, I have a lot. I have another film that I'm in early pre-production on now that has some big names in it. I'm really, really excited about that. Great supporting role in that for me. And then, again, Spencer, myself, and Marv have a feature film that has some named actors in it as well, that we are very much hoping everything falls into place, and it's going to kick off soon as well. So lots of things in the future.
Oh, if that's the one I'm thinking of, I heard it may kick off sometime in January, if it's the one I'm thinking of.
Well, The Border, he's hoping The Border is going to start pre-production in January, is what we're hoping on that one. So you know how it is when you're in pre-production early phases. There's still some things that have got to be figured out. So yeah, we have quite a few projects, and let me tell you, Snake was great fun, and we're all really proud of that little short film. But Spencer's writing is incredible, and you know, he wrote The Border, and he has other scripts that he's written, and you know, we just hope that, you know, we continue to get such great support, you know, from people like yourself, and he continues to get noticed, you know, for his writing, so we can continue to make films. And you know, as long as we can continue to make films together, we probably will, because Spencer's really, he's great as far as the director, where he takes other people's opinions. So when you're filming, he says, well, what do you think about this? He'll let you do it more than one way. You know, well, I kind of thought like this. He's one of those directors. He's not one of those that's just demands you do it one way and you do it over and over that exact same way. You know, he gives you a little bit of creative freedom.
That makes sense, actually. Now, I should note that Snake with a Human Tail did win the Horror Hound Weekend Best Short Film Award.
Yay!
So I wanted to put that out there because I mentioned it in the other interview, but I've heard it's been racking up awards and been a lot of people's favorite short films.
Right. Well, we have only premiered at Horror Hound, was our first premiere in Indiana, and we just had Bloodbath, which is a very, very small film festival in Texas, in Dallas, at the historic Texas Theater. And that is a very, very small festival, and we did not get any awards at that festival. But we are coming up on one in Austin, and the one that we are all going out to is in San Diego, which is, fantastic horror film festival. We're super, super excited about that one. Spencer is going to have to stay in Texas. He's got some meetings that he's got to attend. So Marv, Billy Blair, and myself will all be out in San Diego supporting that film, supporting Snake while we're out there. And Marv and Billy will actually be presenters as well at the film festival.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we're really, really super excited about going out to San Diego. And then we're all going to bounce up to LA for a few days together. So, yay!
Yay! The one in Austin, that's not South by Southwest, is it?
No, it's not. And I'm so sorry. I know I should know the name of that off the top of my head, but Spencer set that up, and I cannot remember the name of it.
That's fine, because Spencer couldn't remember the name of it either.
Oh my gosh, isn't that bad? Yeah, I know it's the one that has it's also got a lot of music and rockers in it. It's not one that I've actually attended before, so I'm not as familiar with that one.
Okay, so it sounds like it'd be South by Southwest, but maybe there's two of them.
I know it's not South by Southwest, though. I know it's a smaller film festival. It's more, I think it's more horror films and music and stuff like that.
Okay. All right, that works. Is there any thing you want to say before we let you go?
Well, gosh. Well, basically, I want to thank you, first of all, for being such great support to all of us, all of our cast and crew, and doing these great interviews and, giving us a little publicity for our little short film, our little twisted, disturbing short film, Snake with a Human Tail. Again, we've had such great support, and we've got more projects coming out. Again, Spencer, Marv Lovell, myself, and probably a couple of others will be working on a feature film. Short was just a taste of what Spencer's got out there for his writing.
All right. Now, if people want to contact you, how can they do so?
I'll tell you what. The best way is, to find me on Facebook. I have 3 Facebook pages now. Sheri Davis with SHERI. Very easy to find me. My IMDb link is on everything that's pretty much out there, and I do have my agent's contact info on my IMDb page as well. Currently, my main agent I work with is actually out of Oklahoma. She's super, super awesome. Regina Bentz from Heartland Talent.
Thank you for taking time out of your day to do the interview.